Hi, today I'm going to start preparing some smoked meat for the Christmas table, so come along! Hi, today I'm going to start preparing some meat for the Christmas table. I like to have some smoked meat on the Christmas table as well as the other dishes. So I will do the preparations today, so a couple of days from now I will smoke them. The type of meat I'm going to use, I have lean parts of deer. I have a heart, one from a deer and one from a moose. I also have duck breasts. And I have a little experiment I'm going to do with pheasant. I'm going to light smoke them and then fry them up in the pan. So let's start with the big parts of meat. Here we have the preparation. The big parts I have here is half of a moose heart. I've cleaned it out, take away all blood and everything so it's look nice. And here I have a salt solution. I use a salt solution that's 10%. Every 1 liter of water I have 100 grams of salt. And you say that the normal penetration rate of salt in the meat is approximately 1 centimeter every 24 hours. And here I say it's about 4 centimeters in diameters, so it will be around 2 times 24 is 48 hours. So I put them in here. And then I have the small heart here and also the leaner parts of the deer. Like you see, it's a little bit thinner, so I will think that will take around 24 hours. So I will let this rest here in the fridge for 24 hours. Then I will put in the smaller parts, and then after 24 hours more, it will take it out and dry it for 4 or 5 hours, and then it's ready for the smoker. And also, let me show you the duck breast. Here we have the duck breast. I have prepared a solution, the same 10%, but this, like you see here, they're not so very thick. So I will put it in the refrigerator along with the meat, let it totally defrost because it's not really defrosted yet. And tomorrow when I put in the smaller parts of the meat, I will also put the meat in here. I have pheasant breast here. Those I will also put in for 24 hours, but the plan is later on this will smoke a little bit heavier, this will smoke a little bit lighter, so that will not be completely done, so you need to fry them before you can eat them. So in 2 days, I will see you again. Bye! Hi and welcome back. So now the meat has been prepared in the salt. We have the big parts that have been lying in for around 48 hours, and we have the smaller parts that have been in 24 hours. I put them out this morning and let them dry out a little bit and dry them with some paper. We have the different parts. We have the pheasants, we have the hearts and the bigger part meat, and we have the duck breasts. And I put them on those tray that I have to my Bradley smoker. And you can see here a little thing I will show you outside. The Bradley smoker normally have room for 6 racks, but I turn this upside down and I will show you why when we get out to the smoker. I put the smoker to preheat now at around 80 degrees Celsius. And I will put in the different parts of the meat, just gonna dry out for 20 minutes, something in that temperature, before I will start adding smoke. I'll talk more about the smoke when we get out to the barbecue. I think the Bradley smoker is a very good smoker. It's driven by electricity, and it's more like a fire forgetting. You put it in and it do itself everything. I'll show it more when I get out. The only thing I don't think is perfect with the Bradley smoker is the temperature. So the thing I will use here is I use my igrill I have that's connected to Bluetooth to my phone, so I can everywhere when I'm out in the house can check so the temperature is right. I have one probe that I will put just in to keep the check of the temperature of the barbecue itself. Then I have other probes. I actually have 3 probes. So I will take one probe that I will put in a thick part of the meat. In this case I will use the heart. So I will find a good space here and press it in so I can get the temperature reading of the inside temperature of the heart. And then I'll take one and put into one of the pheasant breasts here. I think it's a thicker part. Here we have one of the pheasant breasts. And then we take one of the duck breasts as well. And I would try to organize them in the smoker. So I would have one at the top, one in the center, and one in the bottom. So I have everything. So let's get out to the smoker. I will explain a little bit more of how long I will have it in the smoker on the different parts of the meats. Hi, so now we're outside by the grill, and inside this cabinet here I have my Bradley smoker. And for you who don't know what a Bradley smoker is, this is a Bradley smoker. It's driven by electricity, and you have a control panel here when you put in the temperature, how long time the heat will be on, how long time the smoke will go on. And the smoke is generated by these little pucks that it by itself feeds in a new one every 20 minutes. And inside you have different type of racks that you can put. You have the device that we put up the pucks for smoking. I have some hot water here, and I will put in a drip tray as well. And now the drip tray is installed. I will put the link down below in the description about Bradley smokers. I think they are very good. It's easy, comfort. Just put in the meat, put in the temperature, and it will do it by itself. So now we'll fill up the smoker. Here's the reason why I put some on the opposite side of the tray, to be able to stack them, so you get a little bit more meat in the smoker. So now I filled up the smoker with the meat, and like you can see, I put one sensor in the meat there, one sensor in the middle, and one in the bottom, and I also have the temperature gauge that we see the temperature. And like you see, I've used the upper and lower side. I normally don't put anything on the top because it gets the coldest part, so I skip that. So let's talk about the wood I'm using. Today I'm using 3 types of wood. I use elm tree, hickory, and apple. And because I can stack them in the feeder, I can stack them in different so that we get a mixture of it. My estimated smoke time I'm gonna have 1 hour for the pheasants. They're gonna be a light smoked version. Then I'm gonna have the duck breast. I think that probably will be around 2 hours. And then we have the medium-sized meats that will be around 3 hours. And then we have the big moose heart that would probably be for 5 hours. So let's get it starting up and stand there to heat up for half an hour. Then I will put on the smoker and we'll be back. So let's check how the smoking is doing. I've actually been smoking now for 1.5 hours, and I can see both at the temperature and even when I look at that the pheasant breasts are done, because they, like I said before, are going to be light smoked, so they're just going to get a little bit smoke flavor, and then you have to fry them in a frying pan anyway. So I will take them out now, and hi and welcome back. Now the smoking was completed last night, so I put everything in tin foil, and it's been lying in the refrigerator overnight to mature a little bit. Here are my different parts I smoked. We have the moose heart, 2 big pieces here. I just sliced it in the middle before I put it in the smoker. You have my lean parts of red deer and fallow deer. You have my light smoked pheasant breasts. You have my different duck breasts here I smoked. So let's talk a little bit about the time. The time to get the duck breast completed, normally it would take 2 hours, but because I was filled up my Bradley smoker completely with the different type of meats, it took a little bit longer, so it took 3 hours. The lean parts of the deer was around 3.5 to 4 hours. The pheasant breast I just stayed 1 hour because they're just going to get light smoked, so I didn't care so much about the inner temperature of it. And the heart took 6 hours. And when I say done, I mean that the inner temperature of the beet is 60 degrees Celsius. And that is a good temperature. I think you should not have it over that if you have it get very hard smoked. And you can do it hard smoked if you like, the big difference is to be much harder in the consistency, but a good thing is that it would last longer outside in room temperature. This here, I would say, I would have no problems having it in room temperature if it's dry for a week, and in a refrigerator much longer. But you have to take care when you have this type of meat in the refrigerator for a long time, because you get moist on the surface and bacteria can grow in the moist. You can also put it in the freezer, and then it will have a much longer time that it will be preserved. So about smoking, my smoking Bible I use is this, called Smoke, or in Swedish Rök, by an author named Thomas Åkerberg. I will put the description down there. I've never seen it in an English translation, so this is for my Swedish viewers. You probably can get a similar book in English. So, and like always, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and you get notification when new videos are up. So, until next time, take care and be safe.